Using the Ti-84 graphing calculator to find numerical derivatives. Southwestern College, Professor Maria Olivas. In this video, we will be finding numerical derivatives on the Ti-84 plus CE graphing calculator. So we will be finding the derivative of a function at a specified point. The function that we will be using is the one you see on the right-hand side of the screen. F of x equals 5x squared minus 2x minus 7. And we will be finding the derivative of this function at x equal to -1. First, let's press the y equals button. We are going to type in the function here for y sub 1. So y sub 1 equals 5x squared minus 2x minus 7. Now that we've typed in our function, we are going to go to second and quit. We will now click on the math button, and we're going to either scroll down to number 8 or press number 8 on your number keypad for n-deriv or numerical derivative. Here, we want to find the derivative with respect to x, so we're going to type in x so we get dx, and notice that an x is going to appear right after our vertical line. Then we're going to press the vars button, and we're going to scroll over to the right one spot to y vars and press enter on number 1 for function. And we're going to choose the function we want. In this case, we want the first one, y sub 1, so we'll press enter because the cursor is already on our number 1 there. So here we have d dx of y sub 1, and then the vertical line there means such that, and then here we're going to press x equals -1. And now after we type in the -1, we can press enter, and this gives us our answer, -12. Another way of finding the same numerical derivative is by pressing the green alpha button and then pressing your window button in order to access the F2 function, and then pressing number 3 for n-deriv. And it will basically have the same setup that we had from the last time we found the numerical derivative. We'll still press x for d dx. And here, instead of going to the vars button, I'm going to type in the function 5x squared minus 2x minus 7 to show you that you can also find the derivative by typing in the actual function. And then such that x is equal to -1. And then we press enter, and we will arrive at the same numerical derivative, -12. We can also find this by going to our graph button. So if we press on the graph button, we will see a graph of the function f of x equals 5x squared minus 2x minus 7. This is a parabola that opens upward. It appears to have a y-intercept at 0, -7, and the vertex is in quadrant 4. As for the x-intercepts, it appears that one of the x-intercepts is at -1, 0, and the other x-intercept is in between 1, 0 and 2, 0. I can't tell for sure exactly what that value of x is, but it's not necessary for us to find that value in order for us to find the numerical derivative. So let's go ahead and find the numerical derivative now of this function. at x equal to -1. In order to calculate the numerical derivative, we are going to need to press the second button, which is the blue button in the upper left-hand corner of your graphing calculator. And then we're going to be pressing the trace button in order to calculate that numerical derivative. We want the number 6 option that says dy dx. So we will press number 6. And once we press on that number 6, it brings us back to the graph of the function with the cursor blinking on the point 0, -7. We just need to type in -1. And on the screen, you will see x equals -1. Press enter, and it provides us with our dy dx value. So the derivative with respect to x of this function at the value x equal to -1 is going to be equal to -12. So now I'm going to show you one more method for finding the numerical derivative of this function. Let's go ahead and press on the y equals button. So that brings us back to our screen with our functions. Let's scroll down to y sub 2. And then we're going to press the alpha button, which is the green button on the left-hand side of your graphing calculator. Then we will press the window button to access the f2 function, and then number 3 for n deriv. Now we are going to type in d dx of y sub 1. In order to put in y sub 1, we're going to go to vars and then scroll to the right one spot to y vars, press enter on number 1 for function, and then press enter on number 1 for y sub 1. Now we're going to scroll to the right where it says x equals. We're going to type in x. So it's going to say x equals x. And this will allow us to evaluate the derivative of y sub 1 at any value of x. Let's go to second quit. And we're going to go ahead and we want now that y sub 2 function. So we're going to go to vars, go to the right to y vars, press enter on number 1, press enter on number 2. So you're going to scroll down to number 2 for y sub 2. Open up a set of parentheses. Type in -1, close our parentheses, and now press enter, and this provides us with the value of -12. So this once again allowed us to find our numerical derivative.